Saturday. Heavy mixed precipitation. Total snowfall accumulations expected of 3 to 5 inches and some ice accumulation as well. It includes the Wayne County area. Current conditions, we've got partly sunny skies right now, 26 here at the WFIW studios. That followed the overnight low of 22, yesterday's high of 30. Currently, humidity at 84%, winds out of the east at 4 miles an hour, pressure at 30.39 and holding. Again, we've got partly sunny skies and 26 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Couple of quick reminders for you. FCHS has canceled tonight's freshman game against Carmi White County and moved the JV and varsity starts to earlier times. JV game now starts at 5:15, the varsity game at 6:15. Our coverage of that game starts about 10 minutes prior to the varsity tip-off on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Edwards County also canceling its freshman game at El Dorado and moving the start times for the JV and varsity games up. JV game starts at 5:15, the varsity game scheduled to start around at 6:45. Coverage of the varsity game will start around 6:35 on WOKZ 105.9 and online at network1sports.com. Sisney has canceled its JV game tonight at Grayville and will play a varsity game only beginning at 5:30 p.m. Start times for the SIJHSAA Class S Regional at Iuka have been moved up as well. St. Mary's takes on New Hope at 5. Jasper Jeff plays field at 6:15. Frontier Community College dance tonight at Carter's Athletic Academy has been postponed because of the weather. Dance will be rescheduled to a later date. And the small animal sale at Enterprise tomorrow, that has been canceled. It's time now for morning coffee for a Friday morning.
And a pleasant good morning. Run, get your bread, get your milk, stock up now.
Get eggs.
Eggs too. Throw an egg in
eggs.
there. Get a dozen of them. Make sure they're not cracked.
You know, I was going through the fridge last night at home, and there are 3 dozen eggs in my fridge.
Mm-hmm.
There are only 2 of us at the house.
Well, you're going to be okay during the onslaught this weekend.
Apparently so.
Dave Savage is here. Dave, former superintendent, educator, general gadabout now. You just see him everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, am I officially a gadabout?
You're a gadabout.
Oh, I didn't get the button.
I'm going to get you a gadabout button.
All right,
All right.
thanks.
The only drawback is that he's a renowned Cubs fan.
Well, we're not going to go there today. It's not baseball season.
Well, it's getting close to the Cardinal game.
And I'm not doing hot stove with him. I'm just not doing
Oh
hot
my
stove.
gosh, I had all my Daniel Descalzo, stats down. I was ready to go. Okay,
It's not going to happen.
Fine.
It's not going to happen.
You just be that way. It's
All
fine.
right. Now, you can join us, of course, on 104.9 WFIW. You can join us on YouTube. You can see this guy's faces, why he didn't get into TV. You can you can do that by following our link on Facebook to YouTube, or you can go to YouTube and put in WFIW Radio, and you will be able to get the show. Lots of things on my agenda this morning as we start. Last night I did the twofer last night. I went to the park board, Dave, where they're not all that pleased at the fact that they tossed a hot potato into the lap of the city council, and the city council decided to pass.
Okay.
Because 200 geese on the golf course. There's two greens now, and they're drilling holes. These geese are drilling holes to try to get bugs in the and these greens cost a lot of money. And so all they really wanted, some hunters to come in and scatter them.
Right.
But the city council, and they've asked for advice from Department of Natural Resources. They've brought in game wardens. They've done everything they can possibly. And by the way, there's other problems with geese. Need I say more? Like through a goose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I felt sorry for him. And I felt sorry for Jay Fahey as he tries to navigate this problem.
Exactly. It is. It's not an easy situation. Anytime, you deal with DNR, issues, it's not as easy as what people think.
They reminded me, Linda Monge reminded me of the great Cowbird Siege of 1983.
Okay.
Anybody out there remember that? There was about 1 million. I was the news director here, and about 1 million cowbirds.
What is a cowbird?
I thought they were starlings.
Well, I think we're talking about rats with wings, okay?
That was a bat.
They
About
roosted.
like a bat, yeah.
They roosted millions of them in Fairfield, mostly over there on the west side.
Mm-hmm.
And they did everything they could think of to get rid of them. And then they brought in cannons. And then the birds were smart enough to know that's just noise. They're not shooting at me. And they came in, and they had to use some sort of treatment, some sort of chemical solution to nuke the birds.
Were they roosting on the cannons?
No, not quite.
It wasn't.
Not quite.
It wasn't that bad. But nonetheless, I remember it because I was the only radio newsman here at the time. Well, Dave Rigg helped, and I did a report for NBC News about the cowbird infestation in Fairfield that was on the Springfield radio station. I got an offer to work at that station, and I was gone before the cowbirds were in 1983.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Those birds were roosting in Dr. Jennings' trees.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Down there on Liniger Road.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was
He
horrible.
wanted rid of them.
It became an incredible health problem because of the droppings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
right.
all I wanted to say.
Appreciate
thanks for calling.
Anyway,
my mom and dad lived across the street from there.
Yes.
So trust me, I got to hear about this, pretty regularly.
and guess who the mayor was?
Would that have been Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson was the mayor at that time. I was the news director of the radio station. I'll never forget this. Russell obviously had a German background. There must be a German somewhere in his past, because he had one way that he said something, and it reminded me so much of my grandfather, who was very German. Russell would have when he said, "I think I'll go over and get a fish sandwich," Russell would say, "I think it's time for a fish sandwich." And my grandfather said it exactly the same way, so it's got to be a German thing.
Okay.
But that's one thing. He was a good mayor. I do remember that. He was in control, and things moved forward. He was the mayor for 12 years, so I was very sorry. I talked to Melissa Garrison last night, his daughter, to express my sympathies. He'd just lost his wife here in the past year. They were downtown for 60 years.
Yeah.
At your flower shop. So our best to that family. They're going to have services on Sunday. 9-minute meeting at the county board. The Double D manicure pedicure has now gone viral on internet after we played it yesterday.
Yeah.
No, for real viral, we're talking.
Oh yeah, it's going. I mean, like, people
absolutely.
are passing it around big time, to say
yeah.
the least. I was going to mention to you, because I knew you had worked with her. I had such a wonderful time covering the dedication of the gymnasium, and Z was your principal, wasn't she?
Yes, she was, and did a great job, and is a good friend, former classmate.
Really?
Yeah, we graduated from Fairfield High School together,
Huh.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
along with Jeff Mitchell.
Hey, is Lori in?
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Is Lori in?
No, not Lorianne.
Nope.
Doesn't work here anymore. If that's the Lorianne I'm thinking about, that was a.
Is Lori
is
in?
Lori
Lori
in?
in.
Yes.
No, Lori is not in.
She is on
She's on a little sick leave.
sick leave. Yep.
So, all right. I thought you said is Lorianne here. All right. Other than that, so anyway, see,
should we invest in some Q-tips for him?
hey, I got my headsets on.
No, wait. Oh, we got a call.
Here's somebody who wants to talk to Lorianne.
I'm afraid to answer the phone now.
All right.
I think that's us, though. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hi there. Is Lori Snidel in?
Lori is on sick leave at the present time.
Oh, she's on sick leave.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, this is Dale over here at One Stop Flooring.
Okay.
We'll check back with her
All right.
later. Hey,
Thank you.
Larry is out today, so he.
All right.
Take that call today.
Okay. We will do her. Thank you.
Thank you. That was
All right.
Larry Lyday. We usually talk to him on Friday, so if he's out, we won't be calling him. It's more time for you, Dave.
Oh, there you go. This reminds me. Did you ever prank call people when you were a kid?
I did.
Yeah, and you'd always call up and say, "Hey, is Chuck there?" No, there's no Chuck here. Okay, and then you'd wait a few minutes. Hey, is Chuck there? And you do this 15, 20 minutes, and
Yeah.
then finally you call back and say, "Hey, this is Chuck. Did I have any messages?"
No, I never did that.
No, you were busy reading the Bible,
Absolutely.
right? Absolutely, yes.
Well, I was
okay.
studying for a final somewhere.
All righty.
Yeah, okay.
Good
Just
morning. You're
go with
on
that
Morning
story.
Coffee.
Hi, this is Lori. Do I have any messages?
All right, get off the
I
phone,
love
smart
it.
aleck.
You think Walt Townsend would be busier than that, wouldn't you?
Do we have to take? I'm about ready to get into the stack of stuff. Do we need to take a break?
Let's take a break
All right.
before you hit the stack of stuff.
All right.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when 65 million Americans watched the first Kennedy-Nixon debate?
When he says that the United States is second in space, what does this do to American prestige?
What I downgrade, Mr. Nixon, is the leadership the country's getting, not the country.
Wilma Rudolph sprinted to 3 gold medals at the Summer Olympics in Rome. Ted Williams retired from baseball with a bang.
Williams swings, and there's a long drive to deep right. That ball is going, and it is gone. A home run for Ted Williams in his last time at bat in the Major League.
We saw the first of My Three Sons and the Flintstones. And here's what was new on the radio.
Devil or angel, there are diamonds, pearl, million to one. Make me feel good, kitty-o. On the chain gang.
Pineapple princess, he calls me pineapple princess.
Well, what do you think? The answer and a twist of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
When it comes to protecting the people you love, you want that protection to last a lifetime. A whole life insurance policy from Country Financial can help you do just that. Take the first step towards protecting your family today by calling me, Steve Thompson. I will help you understand the types of benefits offered with whole life insurance.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. For cost and complete coverage details, contact Steve Thompson.
September 1960.
Kiss my heart.
Connie Francis, and My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own. The top song of September 1960. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
This show amounts to nothing. And there's plenty more of it. Back now to Morning Coffee on WFIWradio.com and 104.9 FM.
I'll say, right there. By the way, we've got a call right there. That's what that guy looks like right there. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, good morning. Hey, you guys were talking about basketball players earlier this week.
Yeah.
You have a very good one right there with Dave Savage because I remember him in high school and we played a game or two together. He probably don't remember my voice, but it's been a few years. But Dickie Carter.
Dickie Carter, I tell you what, I told you back in high school you get in trouble for lying, and here you are still as an adult telling stories.
Yeah, but you had some good games underneath your belt, though, Dave.
Oh, thank you for calling. I had no idea you were a hoopster.
I think
You
that's
certainly had the height.
That's a rather loose term.
Was he a hoopster or a hoop star?
We'll go with hoopster.
Okay.
Stir.
Because you stirred up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Where'd you play?
Here in Fairfield.
You're at FCHS.
Right. Yeah.
What year?
I was in high school from 73 to 76.
Oh, it only took you 3 years to get through?
Excuse me. I mean varsity playing.
Okay, all right.
No, you're doing 72 to 76 for actual matriculating.
Good teams?
Oh yeah, we had some good teams in there. Had some. We actually had some good players in that time.
And you're counting yourself in that?
No, I would not throw myself in there.
All right.
I had Fred Gilbert and Butch Driggers and let's see, Dennis Downs down there at the.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Dennis played hoops?
Yeah. Dirk Garrett.
Oh, he sold me 3 cars.
Kevin McNeil. That's a real good player.
I tell you what, Dennis can smell me on the lot.
You think so?
I'm not on that lot. I just walk on the lot.
You know how you have that light that comes on when a caller comes in?
Yes.
They have a light down there.
Oh,
think
yeah.
It's this
Yeah.
live
Pigeon.
one. A live one,
We still haven't got our commission from Le Mans for selling.
Oh, I know. We were selling Donna Masterson a car with Sheldon. All right, here we go. On this date in history, the first shipment of rhubarb was sent to the United States from London. I didn't know we had a rhubarb shortage.
What date was this?
1770.
Yeah.
A real rhubarb.
Who knows?
Okay.
Hey, do we have the drum and cymbal?
Yeah. No, we can do this.
All right.
All right.
You can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can knock it over. Alabama seceded.
That'll be the new. Every time he tells a silly joke, you
knock
just
it
knock
over.
it over. You just knock it over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alabama seceded. There you go. They seceded from the United States in 1861. New York, in 1878, milk was delivered in glass bottles for the first time.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Okay. Does anybody do glass bottles in milk anymore?
I don't know.
You know, I don't know.
But Farm Fresh stores.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
do they?
yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
I was going to say, the last time I saw milk
bottles.
in a bottle was in a convenience store, and I think it was Yahoo, what was that?
Is that
milk,
though?
No, it's not real milk.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. 1913, first sedan-type car unveiled at the National Automobile Show. Guess the brand.
Ford?
Nope, Hudson.
Oh, okay.
1935, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo from Hawaii to California.
And they're still looking for her.
Yes, but she made this one successfully.
Okay. Yes.
Here's an interesting one. 1942, Japan declared war on the Netherlands. What was the point of that? They were already in World War II with everybody.
It had to be made official.
Well, clearly, I didn't know that.
Wasn't about 40? Wasn't it probably early 42 that they signed that treaty with Germany?
Oh,
in World War II, so therefore they became
the axis of evil.
Yeah.
Yes. On that same day, by the way, when they declared war on the Netherlands, they did that first, and then they invaded Dutch East Indies. So that's the reason why they declared war.
Oh, okay.
1958. This is a good one. 1958. Sea Hunt debuted on CBS.
Lloyd Bridges.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
First aired in syndication from 58 to 61. A popular syndication show afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love it because Lloyd Bridges, inevitably there would be a fight underwater, and every episode somebody took out a knife and cut Lloyd Bridges' hose. So the bubbles would go up, and he would have to find some way to end the fight and struggle for air.
Don't forget the obligatory shark that had to be swimming around at the same time. See, that was the year I was born, so
You remember Sea Hunt?
I do. Sea Hunt. I remember its syndication, but yeah.
This date, 1964. U.S. Surgeon General had something to say. What do you think it was?
The smoking thing.
Smoking is bad for you.
Smoking is bad. First time, actually, everybody suspected it for years.
Yeah.
But they made it official.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
In 1973, the American League baseball teams did something.
That designated hitter.
Yes, they did. And it's going to come to the National League before it's over.
They won it. They won an All-Star game.
That's
the last time they won an All-Star game.
Hey, when I say something, am I supposed to do it in the phrase of a question?
No, this is not Jeopardy.
Okay, all right.
Birthdays today. Some famous folks. Grant Tinker. You remember who he is?
Husband of Mary Tyler Moore.
He was a tinkerer.
Yes. He married, well, first of all, he joined NBC in 61, and he developed some really big shows like I Spy. You remember that one?
Yeah.
That was Bill Cosby.
And Robert Culp.
Absolutely.
Right.
Dr. Kildare. And The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. All right.
David McCullum.
Yes.
And Robert Vaughn.
That's right. Ilya Kuryakin and Napoleon Solo.
Yeah. Dave, I got to ask you, though.
Yes.
Do you remember back in that they had toys for kids, and they had the Man from U.N.C.L.E. briefcase, and it shot the bullet?
Yes.
Did you have one?
No, did not.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't wait for Christmas.
That's a high end. That's a high end toy for me. He married Mary Tyler Moore in 1962. In 69, they formed the television production company MTM.
Right.
And, of course, they did the Mary Tyler Moore Show. They also produced some classics, including
Rhoda.
Yes. The Bob Newhart Show.
Yeah.
WKRP in Cincinnati. Hill Street Blues, and St. Elsewhere.
Wow.
Of course, then they divorced. Rod Taylor. Anybody remember him? He's no longer with us.
He did westerns, I think.
I think so.
He was an Australian actor, appeared in 50 films, including The Time Machine, The Birds, and 101 Dalmatians.
Wow.
So he's no longer with us. Clarence Clemens, no longer with us.
The big man.
The big man.
The man with the sax.
He was known as the big man, Americans. One of the most preeminent saxophonists in music, quite honestly. This date, in 1946, Naomi Judd was born. Lots of interesting. My family's radio station, the first song we played, because it was a country format, was Why Not Me with the Judds.
Right.
That was the first song we played. She was married, had kids, got divorced, and then raised those two kids by going through nursing school.
Right.
She suffers from depression in the most profound way now, and is there's problems between her and her two daughters. One of her daughters, Ashley Judd, is probably the most famous UK fan besides you, Turner.
Well, yeah.
By the way, we were both wrong when we chided each other about Kansas and Kentucky the other day. I was saying Kansas won this season. You said Kentucky. They play on the 25th, so they haven't even played yet.
So you guys are forecasting, is what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
We are forecasting. Okay. We threw asparagus up in the air, and it came down, and I read it, and I said Kentucky won.
Mary J. Blige, also born on this date in the Bronx. Hip hop.
She can sing. Not just sing, but sang.
Sang
pretty
well.
Here's the thing I found about when you look at this date in history, when it comes, or music history.
Right.
It has a lot to do with drugs.
Go figure.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. Not this one. 1928, Old Man River, recorded by Paul Whitman and his orchestra, Bing Crosby, the song's featured vocalist. Old Man River. The Whiskey A Go-Go started in 1963. That's a nightclub that opened in L.A. It was recognized as the first disco club.
Was that a big Rat Pack hangout too, or not?
I don't think so. No. 63? No, they were mostly
they were out in
Vegas
then, yeah.
thing.
Dave Land went there.
Yes, he did. Right after he got back from the Iditarod.
Yep.
For real?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought maybe you knew something here. I thought
Dave always came up with extraordinary facts that blew us away. Like he hung out with John Wayne one time on his trip to the West Coast. He just threw that out there on the table.
I know. It's just like it was like, when I was little, I went to the cafeteria and I hung out with John Wayne, and he went bam.
Is that amazing?
And we all
went. Gosh.
And we all did one of these. We went, Dave Land?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no kidding. You ate with the Duke.
Well, he saw him outside the commissary. Is what he
dined
did.
with the Duke.
He saw him outside the commissary.
Oh, okay.
I often go on Saturdays and run back-to-back John Wayne movies. I call it Duke Till I Puke. Anyway.
Thank you. Donna has a new term to use at the house now.
There you go.
Thank you.
1964, Ring of Fire by
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash became the first country album to top the U.S. pop album chart.
Okay.
The Beach Boys recorded Do You Wanna Dance in 1965. Okay. Purple Haze from Jimi Hendrix was done in 1967.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson on this date in 95 released a statement saying, "I'm no longer will stand by and watch reckless members of the media try to destroy my reputation."
Was that before? Was that pre or post?
It was a response to unsubstantiated rumors of a video depicting Jackson fooling around with a young boy.
Ooh.
2001, Whitney Houston stopped for possessing marijuana. That was the beginning of the end, which is really sad.
She was probably with Bobby Brown, wasn't she?
Bobby Brown was a very bad move on her part.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell you, when you look at her, I have the same feeling about her that I have when I hear the voice of Karen Carpenter. And it's just profound sadness.
Is it eerie? Do you get that eeriness?
Yes.
Yeah. When I hear Karen Carpenter, I get like the chills, start coming up.
I think that's the most. I personally think it's the most beautiful female voice that I've ever heard. It's most distinctive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Whitney Houston at her peak had the same kind of distinctive voice, I thought.
Now, speaking of Bobby Brown,
Yes.
Okay, then this is a roundabout story.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna go around the building and come back.
Are we gonna get there? Is that what you're getting?
We're gonna
at?
get
You ate
there
lunch with
eventually.
Bobby Brown?
No, I did not eat lunch with Bobby Brown. We started watching on TV last night, online, The Masked Singer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think?
Well. But anyway.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers was the one voted off the initial show.
Okay.
Well, he came out and sang "It's My Prerogative," which was done originally by Bobby Brown.
Right.
That's my.
Okay.
I finally got there,
But he got voted off for it?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't very good.
Did he want to know if he could go to another show? And he wants to be with another team now.
Yeah.
Does he get to go to another show?
I do not know.
Mark, I have a question for
Yes.
you though. Do you know who is number one in college basketball right now?
Number one in college basketball,
Yes.
probably Duke.
Well, I don't know, but Galen Dunn, I think, wants to make sure that we know who is number
Kentucky?
one.
I don't think it's Kentucky.
I don't think it is
Because if
either.
it were Kentucky, I would know.
He's Duke.
Well,
Galen is
Colin is.
as
I know.
as die-in-the-wool Kansas fan as I am, as die-in-the-wool Kentucky fan you are.
You is.
You is.
I'm glad to see you're home.
I'm glad to be back.
Well,
You are. Galen is that way with Duke. So we might have a Final Four party with just the four of us.
Oh, my gosh.
If we could find somebody that likes whoever it is that's the fourth team. What's your team?
Oh, I hate to admit it, the Illini.
Oh.
I was really proud of our effort. I love this. We gave a good effort.
We were talking about this morning. He and I were talking about
It's the same.
It's the same quote.
It's the same. You're 16 games into the season now. I think the
What's this
learning
guy's
curve. Brad
Uh,
Underwood.
Brad Underwood,
I
yeah.
think the learning curve is over with. If you're
Uh-huh.
not getting better by the 16th game, then
But
maybe.
he says the same thing after every game.
We
I'm
sure-
encouraged
we
by
sure
their
did
fights.
play her. I'm encouraged.
Does he throw into every classic quote, though, of we'll play him one game at a time? Because that's
No,
important.
I've not heard that one yet.
They put on their gym trunks the same way we do.
Yep. He probably saves that for the pregame.
You think that's it? I was watching Bull Durham the other night.
Oh, yeah.
We have the MLB network at home.
Yes.
Some
I
of those
love Bull
movies.
Durham.
Oh, yeah, Bull Durham is classic.
That was a part of a trivia question. And
Oh,
by the
what?
way, you're going to have to be a part of trivia today.
Oh,
That was
okay.
part of a trivia question that Kevin Costner was in that movie, and that's why he thought he might not want to be in Field of Dreams.
No,
Back to
somebody
back.
thought he might not want to be.
But
in
he
Field
read
of
it and said, this is going to be a
It's
great
classic.
movie.
It's a
Yes.
classic.
Uh-huh. Now, but what was the movie? What was the other baseball movie that Kevin Costner was in?
For Love of the Game.
For Love of the Game. Okay.
Pitch.
That's
All right,
the one I
here.
was thinking
Who
of.
did he pitch for in that?
The Tigers.
Right.
Wow.
And he pitched his no hitter where?
New York City.
In Yankee Stadium.
Uh-huh.
Well, you
There
guys are all over this.
Uh-huh.
Before we take a break, I want to remind you, this is just too good of a deal. So do this for me. Go to our webpage, WFIWradio.com. Go in the upper right-hand corner. Click. It's the Big Deal Store. Right now, we have this incredible deal. At Uniquely Rustique, they have an opportunity for, if you buy certificates, you can go there and buy things at half price. It's an incredible deal. And so please take time. Other great deals on that site right now are Bullard's, where I bought most of my Christmas gifts this year. Patty's Sheer Magic, also Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet, the Taco Factory, Serendipity cards and gifts, as well as Uniquely Rustique, as I said, a $10 gift certificate. You can buy it for $5. So try it this morning, the Big Deal Store, and we'll be back with more morning coffee after this.
Something's in the air. Dust, spores, and a whole host of bad things you can breathe in. Indoor air quality may be something you think very little of until it becomes something you can't ignore. Protect your health and home with Core Indoor Air Quality products. Our solutions are ideal for ventilating, purifying, and balancing humidity in your entire home. Visit CompleteHVAC.org for details and breathe easier. Core, the heart of a smarter home. Call Sam or Kara at Complete HVAC and Plumbing today at 445-3329.
Simply Enough Scrubs and Stuff 1 mile north on Enterprise is moving inventory. In-stock scrubs, including great brands like Wonder Wink and Grey's Anatomy, are on sale. Buy one, get one free, and that's not all. Simply Enough is also cutting prices on shoes, bags, and cups. Stop in for a sample of their new Phillipstown coffee or check out their new inspirational gifts. Another Door Opens custom-made jewelry is available for purchase at Simply Enough. Find Simply Enough on Facebook. Stop in or call Denise to schedule an appointment.
At F&B, we're always keeping your best interest in mind, and now we're offering Ever Alert, a notification system that keeps you updated on recent debit card transactions. Sign up for notifications at any F&B location to receive a text or email within minutes of your debit card transactions. And the service is free to all F&B debit card holders. Have questions or want to sign up? Give us a call at 842-2107. F&B, member FDIC. Wireless carrier text message rates or charges may apply.
There's still plenty of winter left. Let Carnaby Square help you warm up your winter wardrobe. Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield is marking down all winter clothing 25% off, with select items up to 75% off. Let the Carnaby girls help you redeem your gift certificates on remaining winter items or help you get an early start on your spring wardrobe. All Christmas exchanges will be accepted through January 12th. As always, Carnaby is open late on Thursdays for your shopping convenience. Stop in and experience the Carnaby difference.
The Coffee Cam is on, and you can watch Morning Coffee on YouTube. Now, all they need is lots of makeup. Back to the show.
Oh, my gosh.
That was not very nice.
But so true.
Please come in so we can slap you around a little bit. I like that.
Here it is. This is a good one. A Florida man says 3 syringes removed from his bottom side,
his buttocks,
during a jail strip search aren't his.
You see, officer, it was like this. I was walking down the street when all of a sudden.
Now, will you see officer or do you say officer? Ossifer.
Ossifer, I think in that case,
Ossifer, I was walking down the street and this guy ran up and he said, "Can you hang on to these to me?" And then he.
Yeah, don't go there.
In my behind.
Yeah,
I set him in a chair and I sat down, and the next thing you know,
he's being held on $5,000 bond
for just being stupid, or what?
He was arrested early Friday morning for an outstanding drug possession warrant. That's probably makes sense, doesn't it?
Now, let's connect the dots here. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was great. I mean, the best I could do is alien probe. That's the best I'd be able to do with that.
That's even better story. Yeah, I was abducted.
A couple of old guys playing football this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady and Phillip Rivers. You put them together.
Was that old man Rivers we were talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Brady's 41.
Is there an alumni game somewhere?
No. Brady's 41. Rivers 37. That makes the oldest playoff quarterbacks starting against each other. I was talking to a guy last night at the park board, and he said he was sitting at a table with Maxine Talbert, Grace Sullivan, and a couple other people. He totaled it up. There were 360 years at the table out here west of town. He was visiting.
Yeah.
And it was just awestruck. And they all sat and had a conversation. The history that he said he learned was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess that goes along with 2 old guys playing football. Tim Tebow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Former quarterback, University of Florida. He also
played for the Broncos.
Took him to the playoffs.
Did he play? He tried to play for the farm team for the Mets.
He still is.
He's
Still in.
Well, let's put it this way. He and a former Miss Universe, Demi Lee Nell Peters is her name. They're engaged.
Well, congratulations.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Did he? Now, when he proposed, did he take a knee?
Yes, he did. I've seen the picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says here, quote, this is from her quote, "Any dreams I've ever had, you've exceeded them all. I love you, and I can't wait to spend forever with you." That's exactly what my wife said to me.
Or to that effect, right?
Give or take a few words. I remember, she might have written it down, actually. I think she wrote it down in the prenup, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, you know what he said?
What's that?
He went, "Hey, you is my woman. Let's get hitched."
and her response,
"You is my man."
No. Oh, I guess.
Interesting.
Why not?
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, why not?
Sure, why not?
Sure.
A couple of.
People think I did this on a bet. Sure. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say I'm getting all kinds of messages. Galen's done says, "Just don't forget who number 1 is." Okay, well we know who that is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Reese Lee. That's who number 1 is.
Bruce Reeves. Chargers. The Chargers will travel 8,000 miles plus in playing their first 2 playoff games.
Wow.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Well, maybe they should have won a few more games.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Kathy Book had also texted me promoting the cauliflower crust.
The pizza crust?
Right.
At Classic.
Didn't know they did that.
Vegetarian, right?
She does the caveman.
Oh, okay.
Thing.
On the meats, okay.
And you understand that one?
I have no
Turner?
idea.
You can't eat anything that a caveman would not
not
been
eat.
able to eat.
Is that paleo diet?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. And the truth of the matter is, if somebody would give me a shotgun, I'd be okay with a bunch of geese.
Hey, didn't cavemen drink a lot of beer because the water wasn't really good back then?
No. I think it's Southern comfort. That's what helps.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Oh, I didn't mean to be on Morning Coffee, but I guess I'll talk.
Hey, Z!
Yes, I'm calling to say that the St. Edward's Catholic Church food pantry is being postponed from tomorrow morning till next week, Saturday.
Hold on a second.
St. Edward's Catholic Church food pantry postponed from tomorrow until next week.
Next week, yes.
I got that right? Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
you got that written down over
Saturday.
there?
I do not.
Okay, Edwards. Okay,
St. Edward's Catholic Church.
Got it.
Yeah, we serve about 50 families, so it's a pretty vital thing for them. But just the way the weather looks, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to roll.
We'll get that on our cancellation webpage. But now that we've got you, stay right there for a second.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not.
I want to just say, I thought your colleagues did a wonderful job in appropriately honoring you the other night. I was so happy to be there, and congratulations on what is an extraordinary honor. And I know by talking to Mr. Savage here that he was equally as happy for you.
Well, the whole night just blew me away. Like, I just did not expect that. I mean, ever since they announced we have a dinner always the last day of school for the teachers, and when the board told me that day that they were going to name the gym and honor me, I could not believe it. I did not dream that. I did not expect anything like that. And then for the evening to be the way it was Wednesday night was just I was just overwhelmed.
Well, it was. I was so happy to be there. We were pleased to be able to feature it in the news. And once again, David?
One phrase that just comes to mind, well-deserved.
Yep.
Well-deserved.
Well, I appreciate it, David. You and I worked together for a number of years, and it was a very good, we worked well together, and I've been very fortunate with the people I've worked with, and I said that night, that I was the luckiest person in the world because I got to do something I love, to work with kids, and it's just been fantastic.
Well, right now I'm thinking, I'm pondering. There's got to be something like, I don't know, maybe a parking spot that we can name after Savage.
Right next to the trash can. Thank you.
You know, that may not be a bad idea. Parking spots, good parking spots, they're hard to come by.
Hey, Z, I wasn't laughing. I thought that was a great idea. I'm all about
I know,
that.
so do I.
Send a call to Jill, will you, and see if she can't, her and Bobby, maybe get a spot for me by the door.
Well, finding a parking spot up there at the high school sometimes is a savage task.
Oh,
it is a challenge.
Hold it, husband.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you for calling in, Z. We'll get that on.
Have a good day, Diane.
Bye-bye.
Take care. That's good. She was in. Was it Monday?
Yeah,
she was
it
in.
Was no,
it was last week.
Yeah, last week.
She's going to come in again on a regular basis, like we hope you will.
Okay.
It's that we call it the Dave seat.
The Dave seat, huh?
So you're appropriately named for you.
Yeah. There you go. No, I used to tell people, I said, Diane was one of the strongest people I know because she carried me for several years.
It was a nice ceremony. I really was happy to be there. There's no way that you can fake admiration and love. You know what I mean? And that whole gym was there was just a feeling of love. And then when they had the family picture, there weren't anybody in the stands. It drained the stands.
It is a rather large family.
It is a large family. All right.
But hey, one thing, though.
Yes.
I don't know if we got a minute for this. Right? We're talking about the Zerlinis and large family stuff. They always make you feel like family too, even if you're not.
They do,
and that's the thing that I think impresses a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. They are. They're. Do you remember Turner when she told the story about their vacation?
Oh yeah.
They all got in the back seat of a car. They went up to Iowa to a family, and they thought it was a vacation. When they got there, it was really working on a farm.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then they came back and they stayed in Alton at a convent. Oh, they couldn't wait to get back to Fairfield. It was a great story. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back. We've got some trivia coming up, so stay right there. The topic is media.
Hi, folks. This is Sandy at Gill Sales and Service. When it comes to laundry, it's true what they say. They don't make them like they used to, but Speed Queen still does. Speed Queen washers and dryers are built using premium metal components, not plastic. They're manufactured with rugged, commercial-grade construction, and they're pushed beyond their limits in their state-of-the-art lab to deliver 25 years of premium performance in your home. Speed Queen, built better to last longer. Get your Speed Queen at Gill Sales and Service, 1605 West Main in Fairfield.
Google, the company that virtually owns every single move you make on the internet, advertises on TOC Radio. Geico, the insurance outfit run by Warren Buffett, does the same. Home Advisor, Hotwire, Hulu, Netflix, Angie's List, Zillow, Hotels.com, Amazon, Priceline, and Wayfair all advertise on Mass Reach Radio, TOC Radio. Those companies only exist on the internet. What do they know that you may not? Internet-targeted advertising is weak at establishing new customers. For new customers, they turn to mass reach media like TOC Radio. They know if the consumer knows you before they need you, you get the click more often. Internet advertising is a perfectly viable way to advertise. But if someone tells you to throw all your advertising on the internet, tell them you will. Just as soon as Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Larry Page do the same. TOC Radio. Mass media.
Let Dairy Queen help you kick off 2019. Stop in this month and get a 4-piece chicken strip basket for $4.99. During the month of January, try Dairy Queen's Blizzard of the Month, Reese's Outrageous. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter and caramel topping, all mixed with vanilla soft serve and blended to Blizzard perfection. Need an ice cream cake? Dairy Queen will help you decide the perfect cake. Stop in at 1204 West Main Street. Open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
The deadline for filing your tax return is April 15th, but did you know that it's also the last day to contribute to a tax-deductible IRA for the previous year? Conard Financial Group can help you take advantage of tax-deferred benefits and possibly even help you earn a deduction when you make last year's IRA contribution. Call Conard Financial Group at 842-7855 to learn how. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned.
Winter storm warning in effect for the entire WFIW 104.9 listening area from 3 p.m. today until noon on Saturday. Heavy mixed precipitation expected with total snow accumulations of 3 to 5 inches and a light glazing of ice accumulations before it's all said and done. Overnight low was 22. Yesterday's high was 30. Currently humidity at 84%. Winds from the east at 4 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.39 and holding. Overcast skies right now, 26 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar showing that line of snow, mixed precipitation, and rain on the back end, moving into Illinois as we speak, moving to the east. FCHS has canceled its freshman game against Carmi White County for tonight. They'll start the JV game at 5:15, the varsity game at 6:15. Edwards County canceled its freshman game at El Dorado tonight. The JV game will now start at 5:15. The varsity game will follow at about 6:45. Sisney has canceled its JV game at Grayville tonight. They'll play a varsity game only beginning at 5:30 p.m. Junior high girls basketball at the SIJHS AA Class S Regional at Iuka. They've moved their start times up an hour. It's now St. Mary's and New Hope at 5 and Jasper Jeff and Field at 6:15. Also tonight, the Frontier Community College dance at Carter's Athletic Academy has been postponed because of the impending weather. Dance will be rescheduled in the future. Small animals sale at Enterprise tomorrow is canceled, and the St. Edward's Catholic Church food pantry on Saturday has been postponed until Saturday, January 19th.
Radar Weather has been sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
This is the show about nothing. Morning Coffee, streaming on YouTube and live on the station. Listen to, not just heard, WFIW.
Get your dogs and cats, feed them milk and bread.
And eggs.
And eggs. As the winter...
Snow again, man.
Snow again.
Snow again.
Be ready.
I was going to say, I thought
you
it was...
know what? We need somebody with the voice of God.
Yes.
And we need him. Every time there's a winter weather warning, every time we get ready to do the weather, instead of the sounder and everything, we need to just have him come on and go, Snowmageddon, getting.
Had the echo chamber work on that, man, that would be great.
Oh, don't worry. You're going to hear about the snow every time the mic opens this afternoon. Double D is a absolute... He's a
weather nut?
He's a weather nut.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
You had before I start my trivia, you had one that you were trying to...
Thank you. I appreciate this. I'm going to ask our listeners if anyone knows the name of this movie. You said earlier Kevin Costner was in 4 baseball movies.
Well,
we named 3 of them.
I think.
No, well, here. I came up with a 4th one.
He knows it.
I can't remember the name of the movie. I can get the storyline in it. Kevin Costner, former baseball player, had 3,000 hits. He lives next door to a divorced woman with 2 daughters, and the story revolves around their relationship. And I cannot remember the name of the movie. I can't even begin to throw it out there as to how to find it.
Yeah,
he had
3,000 hits.
He was a retired baseball star, and the woman had no clue anything about baseball. And their relationship, how it developed. So I knew there was a theme with had a baseball theme to it. That's it. But I can't think of the name of the movie.
See if anybody can answer that before I get into the real trivia. By the way,
okay.
Getting interesting information from people out there about your.
Oh, hey, there you go.
You're not
my best friend Jeff Wise.
You're not a real YouTube kind of guy. You're more of a face for
radio. That's right.
All right.
Voice for the silent movies.
Are we ready for trivia? If we can't get an answer to that, maybe we'll get an answer to that during this. Okay?
Yeah, we might.
All right. So the media is at the heart of this. Now, all media, not just news media, but all forms of media, at the heart of the trivia today, okay? And if you win, if you get these all right, you win absolutely nothing. Actually, you can come by. I got an extra loaf of bread at the house.
Oh, wow.
I'll throw in an egg.
You're throwing a teaser, huh?
There's somebody calling. Maybe they have the answer to your problem.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Was it the upside of anger?
That might be it.
That could be it.
All right. Here's another one.
Thanks for calling. Okay.
Do we have another call?
Yeah, I think so. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
That's Mr. 3000.
Mr. 3000?
No, that was Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac, yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Was it?
Yeah, it sure was.
Sure was. I do remember that.
Pickle was wrong.
All right. Okay. Ready for media? Ready for trivia?
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Question 1. So I'm going to give you guys a solid 7 out of this. Okay. I think you're going to get a 7.
Wow, we've already got 7?
You can't use your phone now.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to phone
he's
a
already
friend.
starting to bring up Google.
Phone
All
a
right.
friend.
Question 1. Barbara Walters famously asked Katharine Hepburn if, quote, she was a tree, what kind of tree would she be? What was Katharine Hepburn's response?
A really old one?
One with lots of rings.
An elm tree.
You going to try?
An oak tree.
You were right, an oak. He
Ding.
guessed right.
All right.
I think it's probably the stupidest question I've ever heard asked. But it was asked.
It was asked.
It was asked.
You
And
know,
that was the answer.
And now he's asked us that question.
Well, no, I
Well,
was going to say.
tell me, Mark, what kind of tree, if you were a tree, Mark, what kind of tree would you be?
I don't know.
Dave?
If I was a tree.
What kind of tree would you be?
Okay. I would say probably an oak.
I would be a eucalyptus tree.
I'd be a willow. All right, here we go. Number 2.
Wispy.
A
I'm
wispy
wispy.
willy. Number 2. What kind of instrument did Ron Burgundy play in the
I know
movie
that one. I know that one.
Okay, you want to do
Anchorman?
it? You want to do it?
Well,
do
we
it
gotta-
together?
We got to wait a minute.
You got to wait so people can
yeah.
answer. And maybe somebody's got an answer
All right.
to the other
Let's-
trivia
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
Let's go ahead and get that answer out there. The
Jazz flute. No,
Yep.
man,
Yes.
jazz
Oh, the
flute.
jazz flute.
Jazz flute.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, was the movie Field of Dreams?
No, we've already talked on
we
that
got
one.
that one.
Good try.
All right,
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
by,
okay.
by the way, we came up with Field of Dreams for Kevin Coffey.
All right.
Yes.
Field of Dreams,
Love of the game.
Bull Durham, and the Love of the Game.
Yeah.
And
So
now
there's one more.
The upside of love is what we had a suggestion.
Upside of anger, I thought. it
Upside
was.
of anger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question 3. So far, you're 2 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Oh,
net-
is this a team thing?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
okay,
Yes, it is.
okay.
It is a team
Very good.
thing.
It's me against the world.
All right.
Which network hosted the Huntley-Brinkley Report?
NBC.
Yep.
You got to give a minute
Oh,
for the listeners.
sorry. Oh, I thought it was just the two of us. Oh, sorry.
No, we got to
everybody's
give the listeners
playing.
an opportunity.
All right,
The Huntley-Brinkley Report, sometimes known as the Texaco Huntley-Brinkley Report,
Right.
was an American evening news program aired on NBC from 1956, and this is right in your sweet spot, all the way to 1970,
Mm-hmm.
anchored by Chet Huntley in New York and David Brinkley in Washington, D.C.
I didn't know they were apart.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It succeeded the Camel News Caravan, which was hosted by John Cameron Swayze.
The News Caravan. All right. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
For the love of the game.
Now we mentioned that one earlier.
Yeah.
We're still looking.
He was still playing.
We're still
when he
looking.
made that one. All right. Thanks.
All right. Number 4. So you're okay now. You're 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Number 4. What was the symbol for Metro Goldwyn Mayer? Hold on. The symbol
All
for
Oh,
Metro
I think I know that.
Goldwyn
You want to
Mayer.
do it?
I can do it.
All right.
Is it the roaring lion?
It is Leo the lion. My favorite story about this, Louis B. Mayer,
Mm-hmm.
who was the head of the studio,
Right.
an incredible jerk, apparently. An incredible jerk. And when he died...
What, now, is that a professional media
No,
term?
I'm just
Okay.
telling you, a first-class jerk. When he died, Red Skelton was sitting in the front row. The second row, somebody tapped on his shoulder and said, "Red, there's 1,000 people here."
Mm-hmm.
And Louis B. Mayer was a jerk. And Red Skelton famously turned to him and said, "It goes to show you, you give people what they want, and they'll turn out."
That's quick wit right
That's
there.
great. I
That's
thought it was great.
yeah.
Number 5, Clark Kent was a mild-mannered reporter for this newspaper.
Tell me when we can answer.
You going to try?
The Hollywood Reporter.
No, the Daily
go ahead.
Planet.
Yes,
Daily
the Metropolis Daily
Oh,
Planet.
Clark Kent. Okay, I wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention.
you
I
are,
was
obviously.
looking up
Kevin Costner.
Kevin
You got to
Costner
play
baseball
trivia with
movie.
us here, Turner.
Chasing Dreams.
Number 6.
Chasing Dreams. Okay.
Chasing Dreams.
Bull
We think that-
Durham, Field of Dreams, and For the Love of the Game.
All right.
So there was a fourth one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now I'll put my phone
Number 6, Walter Cronkite's famous sign-off line. Wait for a second.
Oh, I know it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And that's the way it is.
That's it.
On this.
On the day.
Interestingly, the first night up, he ended the show saying, and I'm paraphrasing, "That's the news. Be sure to check your local newspapers tomorrow to get all the details on the headlines we delivered to you." That did not fly with the network.
Not.
Yeah.
Good. Well, nobody there.
And so, in the absence of anything else, that's what he came up with. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
What was the name of Ted Knight's character? This is number 7. Ted Knight's character on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
I think I know that one.
Okay, go.
Go ahead.
Ted Baxter.
That's it.
Yes.
Ted Knight died in 1986. He was also in, besides the Mary Tyler Moore Show, he was also in Too Close for Comfort.
Played an artist.
He was also Judge Smales in Caddyshack.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my favorite character.
Oh, it's pretty good. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hey, the upside of anger.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
That's it. Thank you very much. Number 8.
Thank you.
What was Simon and Garfunkel's biggest commercial hit song? Hold on. Hold for it. Go ahead.
Bridge over troubled waters.
Mrs. Robinson.
Actually, there were 3 number ones, and that included Bridge Over Troubled Water, number 1 in 1970. Sound of Silence, number 1 in 1966.
From The
And
Graduate.
Mrs. Robinson,
Also from The
number 1
Graduate.
in 1968. So you would have been right any one of 3 times.
All right.
Number 9.
I think we should get 2 points on that one.
I
You
think
should.
so.
You guys are really.
Bonus point.
You guys
That's
are
right.
just killing this.
That's right.
Number 9.
It helps to have a good teammate.
They both started their radio careers at WDAN in Danville, Illinois.
Oh, I know that one.
I know it because I interviewed there. And when I walked in, there were portraits of both of them, and I was most impressed.
I was going to say Reagan. Was he one of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Dick and Jerry Van Dyke.
You got one of them right.
Okay.
Dick Van Dyke started at WDAN.
Okay. I don't know the other one then.
Gene Hackman.
Really?
Gene Hackman and Dick Van Dyke
Wow.
both started there, and they didn't hire me. And the last one. We're getting on close to the end of the show. The last one. Easy one.
Easy peasy.
This media interviewer's real name is Lawrence Harvey Ziegler. Or Zeiger.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead. Larry
King.
Larry
yeah.
King, you got it right.
I couldn't come up
10
with it.
for 10. That is a huge. I don't think we've ever done that.
I think we should call the Elks and have another contest held up there.
I think so.
I think we should be on the team together.
There you go.
We should.
Thank you, David, for coming in. We enjoy having you. We're going to have.
We-
Hopefully, we'll
we
have you
should do
back.
that. You and me and Dave Salmon. We'll get Tom and Vaughn, the news guy.
You want Jeff Vaughn? Trust me.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
well, especially when it comes to
MASH.
Zeus and
MASH. Greek
Right.
mythology and
Right.
MASH.
Yeah.
I mean,
He'd
that's-
hammer it,
that's-
man.
Thank you. Protect yourself this weekend. Don't be stupid. Stay in. Be good to yourselves and to everybody else. Thank you for being on Morning Coffee with us, and thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mark. We'll see you next week right here on the same back channel.
Bye.
It's what you've been looking for. WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois, and WFIWradio.com, the news leader in southeastern Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City. Relax during the cold winter evenings, enjoying your fireplace